So this is the second half of the Fourth Amendment. I had to take another stab at this because of, again, copyright reasons. So we're going to get through it and do the best we can. So I talked to you about TLO. She was brought into the principal's office. He found cigarettes, and she wasn't allowed to smoke cigarettes in her school. She could have gone outside to do it, but she elected not to do that. Then he kept going. He found marijuana paraphernalia. So they had to find out whether or not this search was justified that the principal made. So in TLO's case, the initial search was justified by the suspicion of smoking. The second search was justified because these suspicious items like rolling paper and other marijuana paraphernalia were found with the cigarettes. So this video gives more detail to the case. I would very much encourage you to watch it. This is going to be homework for you for this week. No Flipgrid, I don't think. I'll just have you email it to me. But I'll detail this in the announcement for the week. So the bottom line here really is this. Students have some Fourth Amendment rights at school, but not many. So in theory, this balance struck by the court, the Supreme Court increases security for students and teachers while reducing liberty and privacy. And is that a good trade-off? It's not for me to say. That's something for you to determine. Are schools secure? Do students feel free or restricted at school? This would be normally a class discussion we would have. At ICC, most of you say yeah. That I've asked. How much educational time is consumed by the whole apparatus of security and punishment? Well, I've been at schools where there's been quite a bit of time taken up with that. Is there an alternative? Probably. Above my pay grade, however. So cats is another wonderful example of the Fourth Amendment in action. So there was this guy, Charles Katz, who was involved in an illegal gambling ring. So he furthered his betting, tried to increase his profits by using a particular payphone on a particular street in LA to make calls to Miami and Boston, where associates of his operated. So the FBI caught onto this. They suspected Katz of running the gambling operation, and they put a bug on his payphone that he used to record the calls, on that particular day, on that particular time. So based on those calls, though, Katz was arrested. He challenged the use of his calls in his arrest trial by saying that his Fourth Amendment rights were violated by the search of his conversations. Now, Katz claimed that he had a reasonable expectation of privacy in the conversations. The question is, did he? It surprises everybody when I do this case to learn that he did. He actually did. So the Supreme Court came down, going back to that first point, on the side of, yes, bugging a payphone was an unreasonable search and seizure. So whether the phone calls made from this payphone were made with a justifiable expectation of privacy, answer again, yes. The payphone at issue here, it was a very old-fashioned telephone booth that was partly made out of glass. It was very easy to come in and bug. They just walked in, they put a bug on the phone, and just had it turn it on when Katz was in there making his calls because they knew when he was going to do it. And the calls were recorded. They were used in Katz's trial for illegal gambling. So Katz, the court held, had a reasonable expectation that his calls would not be heard by anyone except the intended listener, and the Fourth Amendment was indeed violated. And the legal issue here for the court was less the type of property issue because of public phone booth, but more the expectation of the person. So the line from this case that really sticks out is the Fourth Amendment protects people, not places. So it doesn't matter if you're out in public, doesn't matter if you're at home, your calls should not be used against you in a court of law. Justice Harlan's concurrence here sets forth really what remains is the test of a reasonable expectation of privacy, and also that this expectation must be one that society would think is reasonable. This, please ignore. I should have taken this off. You don't, there is nothing here, absolutely nothing to do. So ignore that. This is not homework. I shouldn't have put that up there. Okay. Then we're going through Amendment 5. 2. All right. That's it. That's the back end of Amendment 4. Thank you.